Alright, so looks like we live. Just give me 1 second to adjust my phone holder right here. Okay, so it's not going down like anything else in this world. Right, so I guess we're live right here in my bedroom. So in this video, let me see if I can. I don't know how I should keep it. I think I have to go more like this. Right, and more on this side. So I want to get the center of the video. Right. I guess we're good. So right, guys, I'm Crizedin. I am the host of the Crizedin show, Crizedin talk show. Call it however you want it. I got my mic right here, so you guys can hear me properly. You guys can hear me better. Obviously, English is not my first language, but I'm gonna try my best. I have some fancy lights on top of my screen. I have a phone holder, etc., etc. I hope the content is gonna be amazing. Right, so straight to the point. What I'm gonna be talking about today is the tragic death of what's her name, Ukrainian refugee Irina Zarutska, which fled the fucking war from the USA. Sorry, pardon me. So she fled to USA from fucking Ukraine just to get rid of the bombardments, just to get rid of the bombs of the war that's happening in between Russia and Ukraine. Right, she was a 23 years old young beautiful woman, which was a refugee in the USA, and what a fucking minimum wage job, right? A minimum wage job. She was serving pizza or doing pizza delivery, something like that, and she was on a. People say that it was not a bus; it was like a rail, so it was a train basically. People are saying, and she got brutally murdered. She got stabbed from the back by how you call it, an African American citizen, and that guy. I'm trying to check his criminal record right now. That guy is a madness. Was arrested or indicted like 6 times before he committed this murder. Right. Um, her life was cut short thanks to the 34 years old De Carlos Brown Jr., who has been in and out of prisons for the last 15 years. So, guys, there is one thing to be charged, there is another thing to be indicted, there is another thing to be found guilty of any kind of crimes in the USA, from what I know. The stabbing took place in North Carolina. I don't know, I think about 11 or 12 p.m. This young refugee just came back from work doing. Imagine, so you come from your own country, yeah? You're trying to get rid of the war. The war is kicking in your country, right? And you're trying to escape it. You go to another country. They say the land of the free. They say the land of the brave, right? And you work a minimum wage job, right? And you get fucking stabbed and you're dying. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, you know? What the fuck did she do wrong? I don't know if this is like inside job or anything like that. Doesn't look like it. I mean, I saw some pictures of her, you know, doing something like this, like some rock and roll shit, or people saying that it was like a psyop or things like that, just to brainwash people or whatever. But I don't think so. I think it was just genuinely murder, because the guy who did it, yeah, so the guy who did it was like fucking arrested like 6 times, and the brother of the guy who killed this young Ukrainian lady refugee, and battery, I think, as well, or assault, which is kind of crazy to me. And maybe not the United States itself, but the justice system and the justice I don't know how to call it, mechanisms in the USA are not working properly. I mean, I don't know how to say it, but the guy, if you put this guy in fucking 15 years in jail, he's supposed to be in fucking jail now. And this shit wouldn't be happening, if you ask me. I mean, the guy was so brown. I'm just gonna read something now. Brown has spent most of his life in and out of prison. He served 5 years in prison, so 5 fucking years, yeah, for a 2014 armed robbery, and he was released in September. And in 2020, to mention that, he got a quick resume life of crime. He quickly got a resume of a life of crime, right? Which is kind of amazing. And that motherfucker should be in fucking jail, not fucking stabbing Ukrainian refugee. I mean, you know, I have no words. And she was like, you know, she was working at Zepedius Pizzeria. Looks like a Mexican pizzeria. He's crazy. The other thing I will talk about today is the death of Charlie Kirks. Everybody's saying that this was an inside job. Obviously, it was, but what's crazy about it is that the guy died with a clean conscience. You know, and from what I was reading on Google and on the dark web and anything like that, everybody's saying that basically Kirk was offered like 128 or about in between 100 and 200 million dollars to keep his mouth shut by the Mossad, which is the Israel intelligence service, which is kind of crazy. And on top of that, I saw a lot of videos talking about how this is a inside job, and there were like 3 caps, and on those 3 caps there was the number 47, 3 caps over there with the 47, 47, 47 on them, and she was like basically sacrificed in a specific time at a specific hour and so on, which is kind of crazy to me if you ask me. But other than that, he was always talking about being pro USA, being pro Christian, being pro everything and that. And the suspect that they got, is not. I don't think is the real I don't think it's the real killer. The real killer, I think, is. I think it's, you know, just walking around pretending like nothing happened, because the guy who shot him, who shot Kirk, right, had a different kind of ear shape, had a different kind of nose shape, etc., etc. It's kind of wild. It's always a big difference, a big physical difference in between the people which are doing a crime and people which are, you know, being caught. When we're talking about how to say it, when we're talking about people which have not been arrested on the spot, like exactly on the spot. Because imagine, yeah, if it's an inside job, or always when it's a shooting and this and that, it's crazy because they're not caught exactly on the spot, they are caught later. And they're saying shit and they invent a story and blah blah blah, and nobody knows what the fuck is gonna go, what the fuck is gonna happen after, and so on. It's crazy. Trust me, it's crazy. It's, you know, it's I have no words about it, about both of those deaths. Obviously, what I know is that anytime that something massive happens in this world, anytime that something very important happens in this world, right, it's never by accident, and it's never a coincidence. Basically, if you ask me, a coincidence or coincidences by themselves are nothing else but a very soft and smart, I mean, maybe not soft, a very strange or mysterious way of God showing you what it is, or telling you what's going on. So what I'm saying is, I think that there was like witchcraft going on. I think that something else was going on. I don't think that this just happened. a death after another of two white people, both Christians, and so on. I think this is an energy attack, a spiritual warfare, a spiritual attack. You can call me crazy, call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. It's just my opinion. And that's it. I am a strongly believer in my opinions. And that's it. So my question is, how can 34 years old the Carlos Brown Jr., the black guy who stopped this Ukrainian refugee, this young woman, was homeless with a long criminal past, right? He was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, blah, blah, blah. How did he got on a train? Can anybody explain me? I don't live in the USA, never been there. I would like to go there. But, you know, it's crazy. No amount of effort for them to, you know, put him in jail, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Creating more ruthless laws to get indicted those kind of people and put them in jail and so on. No amount of pressure from the government now will get her life back. Nothing can get you know, people which died back, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, it's a sick word. It's mad. Whatever is going on out there over the Atlantic Ocean is mad. And on top of that, because this is what I want to get to. On top of that, if you guys remember the Black Lives Matter, everybody remember fucking George Floyd, like he was a fucking hero or something, man. He was a crackhead, he was a drug addict, he was a burglar, whatever you call it. Like he was a guy who was robbing people, stealing from people's houses, stealing from their property, damaging property. I mean, just check his criminal record. Come on now, it's easy to do it. It's so easy to do it. It's all there. It's all public information. It's very easy to put your hands on that kind of information. How the fuck a criminal, a convict, a dangerous person, yeah, it's seen like a fucking hero, like he died for our sins. This is what some black people said, and it was all a hoax. It was all a fucking hoax. It was all a fucking psyop because. So let me tell you, the founder of the Black Lives Matter and the associates of their foundation or foundations which were created towards the Black Lives Matter movement, right, did a lot of fraud, got millions, tens of millions, or maybe hundreds of millions of donations, and they just took all of that money and used like 80-90% or maybe 100% of the donations for their own benefit. I mean, I want some of that money. I mean, imagine if a white person would die now, killed by a black cop, by a black police officer, right? Shouldn't the white people? I mean, you know, you can consider me white, whatever. Shouldn't we create like a movement and, you know, go on the street and marshalling, doing you know, like marshalling the street and being crazy about it, and doing you know, destruction and stealing from shops. Same thing that happened with Black Lives Matter, right? Why the fuck white people don't do it now? You know what I mean? With the death of what's his name? The political activist that just did that. With the death of with Charlie Kirk's, right? There should be an immediate start of new organizations, White Lives Matter or Save the White People or blah blah blah. Same for Charlie Kirk. Same for the death of what was her full name? Irina Zarutska, the Ukrainian refugee which fled the war to go to USA, right? So there was a Black Lives Matter movement back then, and the riots, and Kamala Harris and the Biden administration used that to their advantage, right? And I want to ask you this, guys. How does that make sense? So when a black people dies, oh my God, white people hate us. And when white people are dying, oh, this is war reparations. This is because you put us in a cage. This is because all the struggle. Are you fucking retarded? I haven't done nothing to you. Are you fucking mad? Just because some ancestors did that, or some other people which were fucking white did that, doesn't mean that all the black people are crazy, or you know what I mean? They're just trying to make wars in between the races. But what I'm trying to say is, you see the hypocrisy. So when that fucking, because she was a criminal, George Floyd, right? Did all of that shit and died because he was opposing arrest. He was this and that and this and that, right? You know what I mean? The police brutality should have been stopped. You know, because I know the cops are really crazy sometimes, and they go on a really crazy power trip and so on. But because I also had problems with the police before, you know, they would just stop, you know, on this phase of just maybe assaulting the citizen, or maybe beating him, but not taking his life, right? But when we're talking about you know, not a cop but a normal human being, no, not a normal, because that guy was a normal fucking demon, fucking criminal, sick. Those people are sick, mental. You know, not a police person, not a police officer, but you know, a convict, a criminal, whatever, killed fucking refugee, right? Nobody said nothing. Black people weren't crazy. White people weren't crazy. Why? Was it supposed just to happen? Are we all under some fucking magical, like fucking witchcraft thing that makes people go numb to the pain or others? I mean, it's kind of stupid if you ask me. So you got 2 white people dead, an Ukrainian refugee, a woman, Irina Zarutska, and Charlie, if I pronounce his name right, Charlie Kirks as well, shot in the neck. He was the husband of a young, beautiful wife, of his young, beautiful wife, and he was the father of 2 daughters, 2 beautiful daughters, and they were like very small, very young, and it's just crazy, and those things just happen in a matter of days. And now if you ask me, I think that there are gonna be movies, or I think that because of this event happened with the stabbing of Irina Zaruska, I think that there is gonna be a movie on Netflix, because this is what Netflix is doing. It's taking the white people and putting them in the role of the black people. So basically, if this black guy, right, stabbed a white woman on a train, they're gonna put a white in a movie, you know, on a Netflix movie, an adaptation, fucking fancy druggy stories. They're gonna make an adaptation, putting a fucking white man in that movie on Netflix, stabbing on a train or on a public transport a black woman or anything like that, which is kind of crazy, because this is what Netflix is doing. It's stupid. And if you guys don't like what I'm saying now, you know, just don't watch it, and that's it. It's just what I'm saying is just common sense, right? I know you guys don't like it, but all the time when you don't like something, usually you cannot comprehend the information. You know what I mean? It's over you. Yeah, and that is the first live. I'm gonna go now because I have something to do. I have to hit the gym later. And yeah, rest in peace, Irina Zaruska. Rest in peace, Charlie Kers. May God have mercy on their souls, and hopefully the justice will come for you know, justice will come for, you know, and vengeance. I hope vengeance will come as well on those motherfuckers who did that. Obviously, there are 2 different stories. One of them was killed by Mossad, by Israel intelligence agency, and the other one was killed. The refugee was killed by a fucking black guy with a fucking criminal history. 6 times arrested, indicted, 1 time, spent his life, you know, mostly in and out of jail. It's crazy. And that guy's face is, you know, every time he went doing a mugshot at the police station, the black guy was always like this, like what have I done? It's nothing. Like, you know, it's crazy. Those people are fucking sick. They should put them on fucking medications till they become, you know, like fucking vegetables, so they can do no more crimes, like violent crimes. Fucking crazy, sick. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'm gonna pause this live. Hopefully we're gonna see you soon together to be here, and that's it. Thank you for watching. That was the first live. Obviously it's not the best quality, it's not the best setup, it's not the best light and so on, but I just want to make the first live to see what's going on and how is it going. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time. Right, and how do I close this shit? So live, that's the background. Hold on. Nah, come on, man. Fucking game screen. I want to stop streaming. Yes.